what you witnessed. Okay. I remember this testimony, I think. If this is one I'm thinking of, then yeah. Stop right there. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall, and you're like talking to a tree. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, how could you be any more dense altogether now? Steel Cat! Claw! I definitely remember this part, because this was really annoying. Thank you. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him to be the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. More to this than meets the eye. There's no proof it was Max. Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness actually saw Maximilian Galactica. Hey, you still don't get it, do ya? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. Alright, let's say it all together now. Yeah, see, this is I think this happens like a lot more. I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. Great. Let's go back and press that again. Blah, 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 blah. You only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Wow, there's not a lot of people involved in here. Who he could have seen? Oh. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with his testimony. Bitter love triangle. I don't know anymore. I thought I had something. The clown, you're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way of healing over for good. Poor guy. He didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. And what happened? Then what happened? Not then what happened. What did you do then? I went over to the plaza to do some thinking. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house been the better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm just a good thunker. I'm a good thunker. At least my teacher said I always was. Did I repress this? Yeah, I did. Nope, here we go again. Silk cat cloak, white roses, blah blah blah. Oh, we didn't press this one. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Park started at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Well, you shut up, you big-nosed dope. Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we'd stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can do without your offhand theories. Oh, yeah, shut up. But this witness, he's tracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Well... Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And that one person, and then one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Wah! What? We killed the puppet? You were waiting for Regina to come outside, to come back from the lodging house. Am I mistaken? How did his arms and head come back together? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares what I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, well, well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them the second thought. I know that feeling. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there's a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading for the scene. Ow! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Mr. Queese, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? Yeah, we kinda do. A matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. You're more pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of this silly proposal by a puppet. About the proposal. Don't be surprised that I was going to... Why not? You're a puppet. Oh, really? You weren't able to give it to her. Not like that, but you were going to propose. You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. Yeah, it does mean that, actually. Unless you're Pinocchio. Pinocchio's a real boy. Well, you're old, but that's... yeah. You're old, so... Alright, gotta waste time doing something about this stupid marriage. I agree with Francisco on this one. It's kind of... We should be surprised. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What is it? Wow. You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's jokes has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. and almost anything. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to it. Ow! I advise to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I have a black bathrobe. An engagement ring. Uh-huh, it's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. It's even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's going to love it. It's just a ring. Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that? Pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? Whoa, kinda lag right there. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Oh, really? You have it in your pocket, huh? Objection! Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Arrgh! Seriously, we're blowing his, what's going on? That's, Ben, say something. Hey, don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. Wow, that was a full sentence without him stuttering. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? Ha, that filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Queest, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent flats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up to the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. They might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Seriously sounds like that monkey's raping them. I'm not even kidding about that. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with that. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Queist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fools called Ben. What? While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an treble shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony at the law. There is a huge contradiction within this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, wow, he didn't really have to say it that loud. The witness had just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well, then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Do you have any proof that something slipped past this village? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that does not change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness was lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Oh, that was pretty intense right there. Now, we hold water. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. I've told you so many times, you think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. Wow, that was nice. Witnessing Max. Yep, I expected that thing. 5 minutes? This testimony actually gave me a little bit of trouble. I didn't look anything up, I just got lucky. More than likely. I think just because I don't know why. I'll press some things. But when we get to the contradiction, I'm just gonna... Yeah. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should have think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think someone would have slipped by me? Eyes in the back of your head? The judge is more dangerous to a place than Trilo. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance the entire time. Yes, that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. But she never came. 5 minutes? About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out for yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Yow! I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m. Ah, yes, that sounds about right. Okay, that's it. I think it's time to shut this guy up. Objection! Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement that got violent at the most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clunked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Isn't that a mission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There is no way this puppet would There is no way a puppet this lewd would just say good evening to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, That's enough from you, Mr. Kleist and Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He saw a different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? Would the defense kindly explain who Trilo saw that evening? Who'd he see? Well, considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? How can a puppet gulp? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Aw, no epic music? That makes me sad. At first. You're obviously lying. Stupid puppet. I think it's high time that we clear air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying who exactly that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that's the witness. Of course you would argue that. You're trying to get him guilty. Up, here we go again. Yes, we know, the silk hat, the cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Van Karma? Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was this defendant? Well, If that's the case, then it's impossible for you to make judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one. Until she gets that condescending smile. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... Who that person is can only be answered by the next witness. Put the whip away. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare for their next witness. Court is now in recess.